In the vast, cold expanse of deep space, a routine maintenance shift was about to change everything for Byung-woo Kim. His hands moved methodically across the control panel of the repair shuttle, checking external hull integrity of Frontier Station, Delta. The station hummed with its usual mechanical rhythm, a symphony of metal and technology drifting through the cosmic darkness. Suddenly, a brilliant flash of light caught his peripheral vision. Byung-woo's trained eyes quickly scanned the external monitors. Something was wrong. A damaged spacecraft tumbled through space, its hull torn and smoking, leaving a trail of debris and emergency signals. Most workers would have radioed command and waited for instructions. But Byung-woo was different. His years of working in space had taught him that seconds could mean the difference between life and death. Without hesitation, he maneuvered his small repair shuttle towards the damaged vessel. The alien ship was unlike anything he had seen before. Its sleek design suggested advanced technology, yet it was clearly in critical condition. Warning lights blinked frantically across its surface, telling a story of catastrophic systems failure. As he approached, Byung-woo noticed a life pod struggling to maintain integrity. Something, or someone, was inside. His training kicked in. He extended the shuttle's emergency retrieval arm, a precision tool normally used for collecting space debris or damaged equipment. With careful movements, he guided the arm to the life pod. The metal was scorched, internal systems barely functioning. A quick scan revealed a life form inside, humanoid, but definitely not human. The readings suggested critical injury and rapidly depleting life support. In that moment, Byung-woo made a decision that would change everything. He initiated emergency extraction protocol, pulling the life pod into his shuttle's secure chamber. As the pressurization systems engaged, he caught his first glimpse of the being inside. She was stunning. Even in her injured state, delicate features marked her as royalty, though her species was completely unfamiliar to him. Elaborate clothing, now torn and burned, hinted at a significance far beyond an ordinary passenger. Her skin had a slight iridescent quality, shifting colors as she struggled to breathe. Byung-woo's medical training was basic, standard certification for space workers, but it was enough. He worked quickly, stabilizing her with emergency medical systems. Each movement was precise, learned from years of handling emergency repairs in unexpected situations. The life pod's damaged systems had masked her true condition. She was not just injured. She was a survivor of what appeared to be a deliberate attack. Scorch marks and precise weapon damage suggested an assassination attempt, not an accident. Her eyes flickered open briefly. Even in her weakened state, there was a regal intensity that took Byung-woo by surprise. For a moment, their eyes met. Her gaze held a mixture of pain, surprise, and something that looked like recognition. Before he could process the moment, alarms began blaring. The damage to her ship was more extensive than initial scans showed. A cascading system failure threatened to create a massive explosion. Byung-woo's quick thinking and years of technical expertise would be the only thing standing between this mysterious royal being and certain death. He worked frantically, rerouting power, stabilizing critical systems, and preventing the imminent explosion. It was like solving a complex mechanical puzzle, with life hanging in the balance. Each wire he connected, each system he stabilized, was a step away from disaster. Outside, the shuttle, the remnants of the alien ship, began to break apart. Fragments of metal and technology scattered across the dark canvas of space, a silent testament to the violence that had occurred moments before. As the last system stabilized, Byung-woo took a deep breath. The unconscious alien princess was safe, but he had no idea of the storm that was about to be unleashed, or how this unexpected rescue would transform his entire life. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of an adventure that would challenge everything he understood about himself, humanity, and the vast, complex universe they inhabited. When the alien princess regained consciousness, the first thing she saw was Byung-woo's worried face. Her eyes, a swirling mix of silver and blue, focused slowly on him. The medical bay of the repair shuttle was small but functional, filled with the soft hum of life support systems. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice carrying a strange musical quality that seemed to vibrate through the metal walls. Byung-woo simply pointed to his name tag. "Byung-woo Kim, maintenance worker. You're safe now." What happened next was something no standard space protocol could have prepared him for. The princess, who introduced herself as Yoonji, suddenly sat up, her posture becoming rigid and formal. Her culture had a complex set of rules about life-saving interventions, and Byung-woo had just violated every expectation. "By saving my life," she announced, "you have bound yourself to me through ancient covenant. I am now your responsibility until the debt is repaid." Byung-woo stared. This was not what he expected when he started his maintenance shift that morning. The communication systems of her royal fleet began lighting up. Encrypted messages flashed across screens, creating a complex network of diplomatic chaos. How could a simple human maintenance worker become the official protector of a royal alien princess? Yoonji explained that in her culture, a life-saving act created an unbreakable bond. The savior became responsible for the saved individual's safety, status, and future. It was a sacred trust that could not be refused or ignored. "But I'm just a maintenance worker," Byung-woo tried to explain. "I can't protect a princess." Yoonji's laugh was sharp and musical. "You already have," she responded. "My previous guardians failed. You succeeded where trained warriors could not." The station's communication officers were bewildered. Diplomatic channels buzzed with confusion. A human, a species considered technologically primitive by many galactic standards, was now officially linked to royal alien nobility. Byung-woo's life changed instantly. His simple maintenance uniform was replaced with a formal protective garment, designed to match Yoonji's royal standards. He was given emergency communication devices, advanced defensive training modules, and access to information networks he never knew existed. The royal fleet was split. Some saw this as an embarrassment, a princess protected by a low-ranking human worker. Others saw potential in this unexpected alliance. Diplomatic reports began analyzing every detail of the rescue, searching for deeper meanings. Yoonji herself seemed amused by the entire situation. She watched Byung-woo struggle with new technologies, offering occasional guidance but mostly enjoying his determination. His practical problem-solving skills impressed her more than any formal military training. "You think differently," she told him one evening. "Humans see challenges as puzzles to be solved, not obstacles to be feared." Political tensions began brewing. Someone had deliberately attacked the princess's original ship. The rescue wasn't just a random act. It was a critical moment that would reshape diplomatic relationships between humans and her civilization. Byung-woo discovered he was now more than just a maintenance worker. He was an unexpected diplomatic asset, a bridge between two complex cultural systems. His practical skills and straightforward approach were becoming his greatest strength. Yoonji's royal communications continued to arrive. Each message revealed more about the complex political landscape that had led to her near assassination. Someone wanted her removed from the line of succession, and they were willing to do anything to make that happen. "We are bound now," she would often remind Byung-woo. "Your life and mine are connected until the debt is fully resolved." As days passed, Byung-woo realized this was no longer just a rescue. This was the beginning of something much larger, a journey that would challenge everything he understood about himself, about humanity, and about the vast, complex universe they inhabited. The repair shuttle continued its journey, carrying an unlikely pair, a maintenance worker and a royal alien princess, their fates now permanently intertwined by an unexpected moment of courage. The first attack came without warning. A sleek, dark spacecraft dropped out of hyperspace, its weapons systems charging with deadly precision. Byung-woo was checking equipment when the alarm screamed to life, painting the shuttle's interior in harsh red emergency lights. "They've found us," Yoonji said calmly, her fingers dancing across advanced communication panels. Byung-woo's maintenance background suddenly became their greatest weapon. Where a trained soldier might panic, he saw the shuttle as just another complex machine to be protected. He quickly rerouted power, creating unexpected energy patterns that confused the attacking ship's targeting systems. Mining equipment became their first line of defense. A high-powered laser cutter, typically used for breaking down asteroid materials, was quickly modified into a makeshift defensive weapon. Precision cutting technology transformed into a surprising method of space combat. Yunji watched in amazement as Byung-woo worked. His hands moved with a calm efficiency that spoke of years spent solving impossible technical problems. Each modification was a small miracle of improvised engineering. The attacking ship fired its first volley. Instead of traditional energy weapons, they used molecular disruptors, advanced technology designed to break apart ship structures at the atomic level. Most vessels would have been instantly destroyed, but Byung-woo had spent years understanding how things break and how to prevent that breaking. He activated emergency quantum stabilizers, devices normally used to prevent mining equipment from falling apart under extreme conditions. The ship's hull shimmered, absorbing and dispersing the destructive energy. "How are you doing this?" Yunji asked, her royal training completely overwhelmed by his unconventional tactics. "In space," Byung-woo explained, "everything is just a problem waiting to be solved." The attackers clearly didn't expect resistance. Their strategy relied on quick elimination, not prolonged combat. Each of Byung-woo's unexpected moves threw them off balance. A cooling system became a precision thrust controller. A damaged communication array was rewired into an electronic warfare system. Yunji began providing critical intelligence. Her royal training gave her insights into the attacking group's probable origins and motivations. Political factions within her civilization wanted her eliminated to prevent her eventual ascension to a powerful leadership role. 3 more attack waves followed. Each became more complex, but Byung-woo's adaptability remained their strongest defense. Where traditional, military thinking would fail, his practical problem-solving approach continued to surprise their enemies. "Your people are extraordinary," Yunji remarked during a quiet moment between attacks. "You see potential where others see limitations." Byung-woo used mining rescue protocols to create defensive strategies. Emergency beacon systems became signal jammers. Asteroid scanning equipment transformed into long-range threat detection systems. Each piece of equipment found a new, unexpected purpose. The attackers grew frustrated. Their sophisticated weapons were being countered by a maintenance worker using equipment never designed for combat. Reports back to their command became increasingly confused and embarrassing. One critical moment came when a precision strike targeted their shuttle's main power core. Where most pilots would have attempted traditional evasive maneuvers, Byung-woo did something completely unexpected. He redirected the incoming energy, using the attack's own power to temporarily boost their defensive shields. Yunji realized they were witnessing something remarkable. Human adaptability wasn't just a trait, it was a fundamental survival mechanism. Each challenge was an opportunity, each limitation a chance for creative solution. As the final attacking ship retreated, burning and confused, Byung-woo allowed himself a small smile. "Just another day of solving impossible problems. We're safe," he said simply. Yunji looked at him, understanding that safe meant something different for humans. For them, safety wasn't about perfect defense. It was about continuous adaptation and unexpected solutions. Their journey continued. 2 unlikely companions against the vast, dangerous darkness of space. One, a royal alien princess. The other, a simple maintenance worker. Both now bound by something far more complex than any diplomatic protocol could explain. The communication arrived like a silent storm. Encrypted messages from multiple alien civilizations created a complex web of political tension. Byung-woo watched as Yunji decoded the transmissions, her fingers moving with practiced precision across holographic displays. "They want me gone," she explained quietly. "Not just removed from power, but completely eliminated." The conspiracy ran deeper than a simple assassination attempt. Multiple galactic factions saw Yunji as a threat to their carefully constructed political balance. Her potential leadership could disrupt centuries of established power structures. Byung-woo's approach was refreshingly simple. Where diplomatic experts would create complex strategies, he saw the problem like any technical challenge. Each political barrier was just another system waiting to be understood and carefully dismantled. Using his maintenance communication skills, he began mapping the communication networks. Old repair station tracking systems became intelligence-gathering tools. Satellite communication arrays he once used for routine maintenance now tracked diplomatic communications across multiple star systems. Yoon-ji was surprised by his method. Traditional royal strategists would use complex encryption and diplomatic channels. Byung-woo used something far more effective: practical, direct problem-solving. "Your people have an unusual way of thinking," she observed. "You see connections where others see barriers." The first breakthrough came from an unexpected source. A low-level communication technician, sympathetic to Yoon-ji's cause, provided critical information about the conspiracy. The network of threats extended through multiple political houses, each wanting to prevent her eventual rise to power. Byung-woo created a tracking system using mining survey equipment. What was once used to map asteroid resources now tracked political communication patterns. He could see the connections between different alien factions, their communication networks revealing hidden relationships. Each alien civilization had complex rules. Some valued direct confrontation, others preferred subtle manipulation. Byung-woo's human adaptability became their greatest weapon. He could shift strategies faster than any traditional diplomatic approach. Yoon-ji's royal training, combined with his practical skills, created an unexpected defense mechanism. Where she understood the political landscape, he found creative ways to navigate its challenges. Traditional barriers became opportunities for unexpected solutions. The communication networks began showing signs of confusion. Their carefully planned conspiracy was being unraveled by an unlikely pair, a maintenance worker and a royal princess. No standard diplomatic protocol could have predicted this approach. "They expect complex strategies," Byung-woo explained. "We'll give them something completely unexpected." Using communication equipment typically used for emergency rescue operations, they began sending carefully crafted messages. Each transmission was designed to create maximum confusion among their opponents. Old repair station communication protocols became tools of political warfare. The alien factions found themselves facing an opponent they couldn't understand. Byung-woo's approach defied all standard intelligence-gathering methods. He wasn't following any known diplomatic playbook. He was solving a problem using pure, practical logic. Yoon-ji watched in amazement as complex political networks began to destabilize. Her royal training had prepared her for traditional diplomatic battles. Byung-woo was fighting an entirely different kind of war, one based on practical problem-solving and unexpected connections. Communication intercepts revealed growing panic among the conspiracy groups. Their carefully constructed plans were falling apart, challenged by an approach they couldn't predict or understand. "Humans are dangerous," one intercepted message read. "They don't follow any known rules." As the political landscape began to shift, Byung-woo and Yoon-ji understood they were doing more than just surviving. They were challenging entire systems of political thought, showing that adaptability could be the most powerful weapon. The stars outside seemed to watch silently as an unlikely duo continued their journey. One a royal alien princess, the other a maintenance worker, both now fighting a war that no one had expected. "We're not just surviving," Yoon-ji said softly. "We're changing everything." Byung-woo simply smiled. Another impossible problem, waiting to be solved. The royal chamber was silent when Byung-woo entered. Dozens of alien diplomats watched with a mixture of confusion and reluctant respect. Yoon-ji stood beside him, her posture regal, but her eyes holding a hint of amusement. Official recognition was about to change everything. Galactic law required a formal ceremony to acknowledge his role as royal protector. Most expected a complex traditional ritual. What they received was something entirely different. Pure, practical human problem-solving that had saved an entire royal lineage. Byung-woo wore his old maintenance uniform. No fancy diplomatic dress, no elaborate costume. Just simple work clothes that told the story of his journey. Each oil stain and repair patch was a badge of honor. The lead diplomat, a tall being with crystalline skin, spoke first. A human maintenance worker saved the royal bloodline? Yoonji's response was direct. He did more than save me. He exposed a conspiracy that threatened multiple star systems. Diplomatic records would show how an ordinary worker became an extraordinary protector. His methods defied every traditional understanding of protection and diplomacy. Where trained warriors had failed, a maintenance technician had succeeded. Communication networks across multiple star systems buzzed with the story. Humans were no longer seen as a primitive species. They were now understood as an unpredictable, adaptable civilization capable of solving impossible challenges. Byung-woo received multiple diplomatic credentials. Technical expertise that was once limited to repair stations now became a valuable asset in interstellar negotiations. His ability to see complex systems as solvable problems transformed him from a simple worker to a critical diplomatic resource. Your people think differently, the lead diplomat acknowledged. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. The ceremony was short and unexpected. Traditional royal protocols were simplified, adapted to recognize his unique contribution. No long speeches, no complex rituals, just a direct acknowledgement of his extraordinary actions. Yoonji's royal family, initially skeptical, now saw him as a valuable ally. His practical skills had done what generations of trained protectors could not: preserve the royal lineage and expose hidden threats. Technological exchange programs were immediately proposed. Human maintenance and problem-solving techniques would be studied across multiple alien civilizations. What was once considered a simple skill was now recognized as a critical survival mechanism. Humans are not just survivors, one diplomatic report noted. They are universal problem solvers. Byung-woo received advanced training systems. Communication networks, defensive technologies, and diplomatic protocols were uploaded directly into specially designed learning modules. His practical background made him an ideal candidate for these advanced systems. The royal ship became their new home. Advanced technologies that once seemed complex now became extensions of his practical skills. Mining equipment, communication, systems, defensive technologies, all found new purposes through his creative approach. Yoonji watched him adapt, understanding that their connection was more than a simple life debt. They had become something unprecedented, a bridge between different civilizations, showing that understanding was more powerful than traditional conflict. Star charts were redrawn, diplomatic networks were restructured. The simple act of saving one royal passenger had transformed multiple galactic relationships. Humans were no longer seen as a minor species, but as a potentially revolutionary force. We changed everything, Byung-woo said simply. Yoonji smiled. We just solved another impossible problem. As their ship moved through the vast darkness of space, they carried with them a new understanding. Survival wasn't about power or technology. It was about adaptability, creativity, and the ability to see potential where others saw only limitations. The maintenance worker and the royal princess continued their journey, two unlikely companions who had reshaped entire civilizations through pure practical problem solving. Just another day in the universe.